Hello, and welcome to Palindrome ASMR, the show where I talk randomly into a microphone, because apparently it helps people relax. So for today, I have something that is very close to my heart, something called Top Ramen. Maruchan ramen noodle soup, beef flavor. Now, I'm a college kid, and as a college kid, I do not have that much money. I need to pay my bills, and I need to buy food to eat, and I need to pay for textbooks. And so, most of the time, when I'm not eating at my parents' house, I am eating ramen and drinking Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. I switch between the two every couple of weeks after the taste of one becomes impossible for me to handle. Now, the theme of this video is unhealthy college food habits. As you can see, I have ramen, I have a can of Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, whatever it's called, and I have a bottle of Sprite. And I will be consuming these as I talk about various things that I decide to talk about. Now, I eat my ramen completely raw, like a big cracker, and I open it over this bowl. I open it over a bowl, pour out all of the little things, and get that big... Is that a little bit too loud? That's probably a little bit too loud for you. Now, because ramen comes apart when you eat it without cooking it, I've decided to eat it over this bowl so that all of the little tidbits are caught, and I eat those later. I actually do not use the beef flavoring because, well, it doesn't taste good without water. I know. Barbaric, right? But that's kind of what college kids do. I don't know if they eat it raw like I do, but thankfully, my mother is kind enough to cook me meals most of the time. So only on days when I come home late and don't have time to eat dinner, and I come home after dinner, that's when I eat ramen. Like today. Today I had a concert, a Christmas concert with the Rusttown Band. A small community band that meets about 3 times before they play, and they play the same stuff every single year. And I've played with them on almost every concert since I've been in this state. Now, the reason why I'm drinking Diet Pepsi instead of Diet Coke is that after about a week, Diet Coke starts to taste horrible, and so I switched to Diet Pepsi. And after about 2 weeks, Diet Pepsi starts to taste horrible, and so I switched to Diet Coke. I drink a lot of soda. It's where a considerable amount of my income goes. Now I think this bottle of face scrub, this tube of face scrub, did not get enough time last video because I was in a hurry to end it because my back was starting to get tired. So I'm going to give the St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub deeply exfoliates to remove smooth skin. To reveal smooth skin, sorry. If this removed smooth skin, it would not be a very good product, now would it? I like the sound that this tube makes. That's a simple statement, and it's true. This is one of the better sounds that I've found. Now, before you accuse me of being repetitive, just know that it's a little bit difficult to find new objects for every video if I make one every day, like I've been doing. And maybe I'll have a cast of objects. I don't need to add an infinite number, I just need to. Oh yeah, that's good. You can enjoy some Diet Coke with me. You can go get your own. And drink it along with me. Hopefully I don't spill it. It's very precariously placed on the ledge here. Now this is just a bit of plastic packaging for some headphones that I bought. But I think it makes a nice sound. I hope you enjoy this relative silence of me not talking very much because, well, frankly, tonight, I don't have much to say. I could think of a topic. I have many topics that I want to talk about, but they all seem to have slipped my mind, and all that I can really think about is how much I want to drink this Coke. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to talk about. The fact that Uber has used its first driverless car and Amazon has delivered its first package by drone. Both of these are very recent developments, and I think they are very interesting. Extremely interesting. The fact that driverless cars and package delivering drones are no longer a thing of the future, but a thing of now, is just mind-boggling. That's the stuff of sci-fi magazines. That's the kind of stuff they wrote into campy B-list sci-fi novels in the 1950s. I mean, this is the future. The future is now. I mean, of course, you think about the iPhones, smartphones, smart tablets, computers, etc., but that stuff was never imagined as part of the sci-fi landscape in the 1950s and such. That stuff is completely new. It's alien, and so they couldn't imagine it, and they couldn't put this stuff into their worlds. But the driverless cars and the delivering drones and the automation, that stuff is like, it's just awesome, I think. It's just awesome. It's just very awesome. Maybe I was getting a little bit too excited there. I forgot to talk in as calm a voice as possible. But I do the best I can. Now that I've finished one of my soda cans, I need to finish this bottle of Sprite because it's been sitting in my trailer for the past couple of weeks and it's gone flat, and I need to finish it or pour it down the sink. So I've decided that I'm just going to drink as much of it as I can and then throw the rest in the sink. I think it might have actually been starting to ferment. That's what it tastes like. But anyways, I think it's very relaxing to just be in the same room as another relaxed person, just enjoying company of another person just sitting there chatting or not chatting at all. I watched a YouTube video today about how to keep conversations going, and I thought it was going to be a bunch of useless, big word, high level advice, but it was actually very useful. It was very interesting, and I thought, hey, I can actually use that. It's very rare that a book on conversation will teach me something that I don't know, or rather, it will allow me to look at something I know already in a different light. I'm going to pour the rest into this cup here. It's very flat. It doesn't taste good at all. I'd rather not be drinking it, but I kind of loathe the waste soda. This probably isn't very healthy for me either. There, I did it. I drank it all. I finished off this bottle of Sprite. This is a very interesting bottle of Sprite. I work as a buggy pusher in that's what we call them down here, shopping carts. A shopping cart pusher at Super One Foods, the biggest grocery store in my town. And someone left this Sprite bottle in their cart and drove away. And I took it and was going to replace it, but someone said to me, it's already been paid for. And no one's going to miss it. It's $1.50 for this bottle. So I said, alright, I guess I'll just take it home. And so I took it home. At first, though, I did leave it on the back place where I keep all the lost items, but the person never came back. They never came to get it. Now, I've stated before that the goal of this channel is to relax. Not necessarily to give head tingles because, well, I don't get head tingles from ASMR anymore. I used to. I used to get head tingles from ear-to-ear whisper videos, but I stopped getting head tingles even from that. Probably because I watched far too much ASMR. And I haven't had a good ASMR head tingle in over 9 months. Which is really sad. Now I'm eating the remains of the ramen. This is what I eat after I'm finished with the main brick. I do hope you find my voice to be pleasing to the ear. I mean, people can never look at their own voice objectively or listen to their own voice objectively. They always think it sounds bad, and I personally don't hate the sound of my own voice, especially my soft voice, the one that I use for this channel. However, I don't really like it either. I think it's neutral. I don't know how it really does sound on the other end to someone who has never met me before. People always say that I have a good reading voice, but I never really heard it. I could never really see it, which always puzzled me. Like, why can't I see what my own voice sounds like or hear what my own voice sounds like in a recording? Why can't I hear what other people claim to hear? It bothers me, but I just have to live with it because, well, it's my own voice, and my own voice is something that I'm stuck with. And so if my voice is at all relaxing, then by all means, relax. Sometimes I can get myself to relax when I listen to my recordings, but that's a story for another day. It's time to pack up. Let me promote my novel War on the Rolling Plains by Zebby Chang. You can get it on Amazon for $2.99 or on CreateSpace for $15.99, $14.99, because the paperback books are always a lot more expensive to create and maintain. It's a book about tanks, and tanks that are also people, and these people have superpowers and they can fight enemies, and there is an alien invading force, and there are cool battles, and there is a relationship between a young girl and one of the tanks who finds her and protects her and eventually saves her life by sacrificing his own. I won't go into the details because that is a spoiler, but suffice it to say that there are some sacrifices made by some of the characters in this book. I mean, the writing style is a little bit kidsy, but at the same time there's a lot of gore. So I don't know if those two things match up. Well, I don't know about kidsy. I just say it's a little bit on the strange side, my writing style in this novel. You'll just have to read it to figure it out. It's like my characters have thought processes that are kind of different from how people think in the real world. And I don't know why this effect happened. I've gotten better at not doing this, but most of my characters in my first couple of books thought kind of weirdly. They had weird thought processes. They came to weird conclusions. They thought weird thoughts. I think it's not a detractor. It's not a bad thing. The book is still good. I think the book is still good, but I'm the author, so I'm biased. So get it. This cover was done for me by someone I found online called Metal Manga. I found him on the site. I found him on a website where you can find artists for your books. I kind of don't like the website, and I don't want to promote it, so I'm not going to mention its name, but I found him on that website, and it's a pretty good cover, if you ask me. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this far. If you've watched this far, you are awesome. You are a trooper. You deserve praise. You are just an amazing person. And I will be eternally grateful to you for sticking with me this far, because I'm doing this for my own gratification. This is a pet project that I am doing because I love it and I want to do this more. And the more you watch, the more I get motivated to continue doing this, which is something that I like doing. So if you've watched this far, congratulations. You have earned the Best Person of the Day award. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, goodbye.